YXBA is back, and I'm ready to mash some more buttons.
Tiger uppercut!
YouTubers, Nintendo fans, journalists, friends. I think it's time we started to exercise a little bit more caution when considering rumors and leaks. If a little birdie starts talking to you and says they have an amazing new Nintendo NX leak, please pinch yourself first. And if you're still in the dream, try a cold shower. I mean, what process are people actually going through when they verify the validity of an inside source? I think the first thing we should think about is what are the odds that a genuine leaker would contact ourselves? Obvious questions come to mind, like, why me? Do I have a really big following that it would be worth leaking information through me? How long have I been in the public eye, and do people respect what I say enough to make me a legitimate candidate? If you answered no or unsure to either of those questions, then I think you have every reason to approach with caution. We should also ask ourselves, who is this leaker and what do they have to gain from leaking this information? If it's vague and serves little to no value in the grand scheme of things, again, this would be a sign that the source is either fake or has some real emotional issues at play. Now, I'm not trying to attack anybody here, but I feel like I needed to point this out because people have been coming to me and others on Twitter to get our thoughts, which tells me that people are considering believing this next leak. I was given a link to a video by YouTuber Picky Old Gamer, and I will leave a link in the description below for those of you who want to check it out. His claim is that a leaker approached him despite having only 276 current subscribers, and they took some steps to verify that they had put out some information in the past that was solid. And then they laid out what I consider to be a real doozy. By the sounds of it, the sum total of the verification process was that the leaker showed him several links to articles in the past where this leaker had been correct. But to me, you would need a lot more proof than that before putting your name on a rumor and vouching for it. For example, I could pull a similar scam by making some educated and obvious guesses about the NX, and then a few years down the line, I could show somebody links to the articles where I had guessed correctly and omit the articles where I had guessed wrong. In this current rumor/leak, they are claiming that the Nintendo NX is a platform, and they could very well end up being right. However, Nintendo has hinted several times in the past that future Nintendo systems will feature a shared operating system and become brothers and sisters in the same product family, similar to Apple and their iOS operating system. So I don't really see there being any validity to coming out and leaking something that has already been hinted at a number of times and all but confirmed by Nintendo. Based on that information alone, it could be possible that this leaker is 100% accurate, but I think we need to dig a little bit deeper into the evidence to see what the backing is for this leak. I mean, I could make up a bunch of rumors very easily based on vague comments that Nintendo has made, and some of them will end up being right and some of them will end up being wrong. So the fact that it's something obvious actually makes me less likely to believe the validity of this leaker than if it was something more specific and something new and fresh. It seems like this rumor is based on the fact that the code name for the next console is NX, and the version of the NetFront browser used to browse the web on Nintendo platforms is also called the NX. And considering that the browser works on several different devices, like PCs and mobile platforms, this is the inspiration for the NX codename. I mean, come on, who believes this stuff? There's nothing here that anybody couldn't have Googled in less than 10 minutes and came up with a theory that this is what the NX name was based on. The letters N and X put together have actually been used in other places as well, and could have just as easily taken inspiration from that. For example, I put out a comical tweet yesterday in response to this rumor, saying that the new Lexus SUV is also called the NX. And based on studying the vehicle, I can confirm that the NX will be large, energy inefficient, and have a lot of power. You know, you see how easy it is to just find something else out there that puts the letters N and X together and form a leak based on it? Don't get me wrong, Picky Old Gamer seems like a genuine, nice guy, and I think that you should check out his channel for his other videos, but there's obviously no reason to believe that this leak has any validity to it. None of this would be a problem for me, but people are honestly taking every single leak like this seriously. And at this point, there's so much confusing information out there, and it really leads me to agree with one of the comments Supermetaldave 64 made in one of his recent videos, where he theorized that Nintendo, in fact, might be putting out false information in order to confuse people. This type of a strategy has been used in business many times. It's been used also in political campaigns and so on. So if you're a leaker out there and you want me to run a story for you, you can be sure that I'll be asking you a lot of tough questions. And I'll definitely be looking for more than your credentials and a brief history of leaks you've gotten right in the past. I don't, in fact, think that any leaker that is legitimate and is approaching potential insiders would take that approach to verification. This has been Colin Unger, reminding you to keep your thumbs glued to YXBA, and always remember to select Start. If you enjoyed this video, click like and subscribe.